Jingle bells, jingle bells. What's up? So, I've done reviews before, and sometimes I look back on them and think it's kind of like silly. Like, I rate this song or this. I rate this song or this. Clearly, when you look at these, you guys are probably expecting that I'm coming at it from a what am I trying to say? Vocal, arrangement perspective. But let's get real. All these groups that came out of the time period, like 98 Degrees, at the end of the day, they are pop groups, so they will have their generic pop songs. So I'll take a look at, a listen rather, at the songs here, talk to you guys about them real quick, my quick thought on it. And those of you who follow me, if you look at my videos, you can see that I do rather like 98 Degrees. Um, if you say like, "Hey, what's your favorite album?" No, just no. The answer is no. Certain groups you don't do that. You do it. I like this song and I like that song. Anyway, so I've been looking forward to grabbing a hold of the CD for a while when they announced it, and like, hey, that's cool. Um, yep, and now I own it. So got a few listens in with headphones on. You gotta get the headphones on. That's where it counts. So let's dive through this. Okay, the first song is Christmas Means to Me, My Love. Now, in this song, man, this is all gonna be the same. This song is, you got your generic popish sounding song, you got your harmonized background vocals, and what else can I say, man? That's what it is. This CD is gonna be like that. Now, no shame in that, man, because it's supposed to be a good time Christmas album. What I appreciate about 98 Degrees is that they will make the effort into putting there are a couple of songs where the harmonies really matter. But there will be songs that are simple and something to just play in the background during Christmas time, because that's the point, right? So I mean, it's just like an alright good time listen, and honestly, that's gonna be most of the songs on here. There will be those songs where I'll get more excited, and because the vocal structure is interesting. All right, let's move on. So that song is an alright song. I don't want to give a score this time. I would give a score, but I'm not gonna do that this time. It's an alright song, and a lot of the songs are gonna be similar. If I have something interesting to say about them, I'll go ahead. The second song is Please Come Home for Christmas. I actually had to look up the names of the tracks because I actually don't know the names. But, and I'm sure, like, maybe not sure, but some people might come across this thinking like they're getting this professional review with a professional opinion. I'm doing my best here. But, alright, what I like about this particular song is that they have more of a showcase of, um, they have more of a showcase of being more of a vocal band, like a vocal harmony band, because they have the background vocals. For example, they do one of these parts where they go like showing that the harmony builds up, kind of like suggesting, oh, look at all we're a four man group, and we're gonna layer the harmonies on. So that's something that I like, because it uses the members, and it kind of just shows that yeah, that they have the layered harmonies. So again, a decent tune, an alright Christmas listen. Let's move on to the next one. Or the next one's Run on Rudolph. Same deal, man. You got your harmonized background vocals. Um, yep, just an alright Christmas tune that they're putting out there for you guys. Alright, so this next one is actually a little spiced up. It's an acapella, but it's not in the form of like your traditional acapella. It's kind of got the beatboxing, unique bass line type feel, kind of like a PTX type feel, except maybe the beatboxing's not so like so over the top. But they have there's a beatbox, and yeah, unique bass line with vocals over top. So it spiced it up. That is something I like. Um, I appreciate that they went out and tried to do this. They didn't just keep it as another generic, another all right, easy to listen to pop song. Um, they added a new flavor. They added a interesting beat using beatbox and then the bass line, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't too over. It wasn't too over the top with the harmonies. Like it's not like a super complex arrangement, but I don't think that's the point. And sometimes they just want to go a little simpler. It's they have their nice harmonized background vocals with the lead over top, and I quite enjoyed that. Spiced it up. I really appreciate that they put that in there again, showing their harmony group, not being shy to venture into this type of thing. And yeah, and I'm really wondering if it was actually one of the members doing the beatboxing. If so, good for you. That makes me more impressed if it was. Let's move on to the next one. The next song is Seasons of Love, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a single that they picked out for from this album. This song to me is like extremely whatever. Like it's such a whatever song. There's nothing that like really captures anything for me in this song. And I hate to make it sound like such a negative thing, but it to me it's like such a whatever song. Like This Gift is one of their singles from their original Christmas album, and it's got soul, it's got like a really good harmony arrangement. It's got a easy to listen to pop feel, but it's not like super bubblegummy or anything. It's like it's got soul, but like this song is kind of like it's really whatever to me. But I mean, yeah, that's how I feel. Like even there's not really any harmonies in this song or anything. Why I think they chose this is because it's like a easy to listen to, kind of timeless pop song. You know, you just hear it on the radio and like, oh, okay, yeah. But yeah. Now the next song is a song that I actually really like. They actually put in more effort into the vocals in this one. You can tell. I also like the way the song flows. It's kind of the classic Christmas Carol hymn. What child is this? There's a part where the music stops and you get to hear the harmony arrangement, and it's pretty cool. I made a video quickly showing you that little piece. I tried to mess around with it so that I don't get any strikes, but I think I ended up getting it anyway. I think someone said that the video was unavailable. I'm not sure if it was that one, but it might have been another one. Anyway, yeah, there's some interesting things in this. There are certain parts where you can tell that there are more than four vocals. Um, I mean, the melody is pretty consistent when it comes to the melody for the most part. Like certain songs, which I'll even discuss later, you have the lead over top and then like the four vocals in the background. This is kind of why I value groups with at least five guys in it. That way you can at least have a somewhat full sound, when you have a lead over top. When you only have four guys, you have to kind of make up whatever else there is. Try to have a bass harmony fill in what the low harmony would do, except in a bass octave. It can still kind of work, but like you still want to have the full effect. So that's why I value groups with five guys. But you can still do some cool stuff with four guys. But then the lead stuff is kind of taking away from your harmony structure. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's this one part where like I really want to figure out, because two vocals jump in. It starts off with three, and then two vocals jump in. So that makes five. So it's interesting. So I consider this a good song. I wish they had this as their single. I don't know if there's still time, but maybe you should pop this one out as a single. I like it. I think it's really good. It's just a classic one, and you got some cool harmonies in there. So it's a good song. I like it.
Noel, 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 Noel.
Heck yeah, man. When I first heard that, I'm like, that's sick, bro. That's sick. They have like the different vocals jumping in, doing different notes, and then swinging on, and that stuff is complicated, man. I like that. They took the time. This is the true acapella piece with soul and attention. There's some cool stuff in here. You can tell that they have, but I mean, like this goes for like Boys to Men too, because you have lead stuff. Sometimes our acapellas are actually 5 vocals with some like lead stuff over top, like doing a bunch of stuff. So there's parts where like, what's his name is going like Noel, like stuff like that, and then you have like a 4-piece harmonies under it. So I really like this. I mean, obviously it's the acapella, but they have some cool stuff. That intro in itself impressed me a lot. It sets you up for the ride that you're about to take on. I like that when they have the intro like that. That's sick, man, and I appreciate that they did that. Backstreet Boys, hey, if you're listening, which I don't know if you are, you guys are busy, but learn from this, man. Put some acapellas, and acapellas are always a traditional type of thing you could put on a Christmas album. You can get away with putting a bunch of them because it's kind of like bringing back to the traditional Christmas carols of singing door to door out on the street where it's just vocals only, but you have your beautiful vocals in there. Get your bass harmonies, make that full sound. Do it, man. Do it. You gotta do it, man, and improve yourself as a vocal group. A lot of groups are out there, and not a lot of groups are doing this type of thing. So, bring it back, man. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about 98 Degrees. So, I was even before I had listened to this album, I was expecting this. They had an acapella on the last one. They had 2 actually, if my memory serves me correctly. They had that Ave Maria, and then they had I'll Be Home for Christmas, and yeah, it's a beautiful piece. Good job, and that's what this is probably one of my favorite tracks on the album, and it's what moved me, if I should say. Good for you, man. Good for you. Next song is Mary Did You Know? This one's always an epic one. I really enjoyed the instrumental in this. It's very big, if I should say. If you know what I mean. I like the vocals in this. They made it sound epic. They have pieces where they bring the harmonies in to make it sound like that part of the song is really big. Yep. That's basically it, man. It's a good tune. They always make the song an epic piece because it's supposed to sound epic. Most renditions have that same flavor, and they also brought in that flavor, and I liked it. So now you got A Little Town in Bethlehem. This sounds like, when I listen to the song, it's kind of like this is a song that's going to be in the background when I'm wrapping gifts. I like the melody. I like the melody of this song. I like the way they did it. They have again, it's one of these songs where you got your harmonized background vocals. There's one part in particular where it sounds like it's a perfect 4, so that's cool. A perfect 4 part. If you watch my videos, then you understand where I'm going for. Yeah, another decent tune. I enjoy this song. This is Little Saint Nick, of course. A lot of people like to cover this song, the classic Beach Boys song. The original is always the best, but I do enjoy the rendition of this. I don't know what else to say. I like the beat that they put in. They put a unique beat in this. And I don't know, I like their spin. Enjoyable tune. The next one's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This one, they made it all calm sounding. I think it's the right move when it's coming to the end of the CD. It's just a nice, calm tune. I don't know what else to say. It's enjoyable. But once again, this harmony arrangement in this isn't all that big. They have their background harmonies, but it's just a good calm listen. Okay, the next one is River. This is another calm song to end off the CD. I wish I had a river that I could skate away on. The harmonies are very inclusive, so like you got a lot of the a lot of the background singers coming in and joining in a lot, so I enjoyed that. It's just another calm Christmas tune. Okay, so now if I like I said before, it's just the CD is very kind of like generic Christmas songs. I did not saying this in like a bad way, like it's a sucky CD, but it's like it is what it is. And obviously you guys are probably looking at me to kind of look at the vocal structures of the song. A lot of it is just kind of standard pop songs. They had a couple of songs where they really worked hard on the harmony arrangement. You have the couple of acapellas in there, which were nice. So yeah, it's a good Christmas listen. Again, like this is not like a very critical album review. It's just me kind of going over it and basic opinions on it, because I'm looking at this with the ideas of how the harmonies are mostly. So the songs, like, they're just a decent listen. You just play it when you're wrapping gifts or decorating the tree and things like that. So not a bad time at all. Now, here is a complaint. There are times in the CD where the autotune is very obvious. Obvious to me anyway. You hear a bit of the gargle, and let me show you.
There does the reindeer stop. There does the reindeer stop. There does the reindeer stop.
Okay, that one's a little bit less obvious, but it kind of sounds like there's a weird gargle at the rain.
Does the reindeer well way up, well way up, well way up, well way up, well way up.
Okay, maybe it's not that obvious, but it sounds a little gargly to me. I can kind of you kind of develop an ear for autotune, but this last example is the really obvious one.
Now on your trip, now on your trip, now on your trip, now on your trip.
Yeah, so I found that kind of interesting. You can definitely hear the gargle in that. 98 Degrees, I mean, they can sing. They're not one of these groups where like they were just thrown together and not everyone is that great of a vocalist. 98 Degrees can carry a decent tune. Oftentimes I think people really put on the autotune is to save time, because like they want to cut back on studio time and just put the songs out there as fast as they can. Now I do sing a lot, and I do end up making a lot of recordings of myself singing. And with my experiences, and you can even hear, if you ever see recordings of singers trying to sing a song, a great example is the Backstreet Boys documentary movie. You see some of the members singing into the microphone, and sometimes the vocals come out rather rough, because you can carry a tune, but when you're trying to make a very focused vocal with music, it can be tricky to get it like perfectly on pitch. Like you can carry a tune, but to get it perfectly on pitch, because you want it to sound the most professional and crisp as it can be when you want it to be the studio recording of the song. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it'll take a few takes for them to get it super perfect, because you basically want to get it perfect for the most part and like really nail it. So I kind of think when they throw on the autotunes, because they're kind of in a rush, they want to cut back on recording time, throw on a little autotune so they don't have to keep redoing the takes. So I ended up noticing some of the gargling and autotune on this. So it's kind of like, oh, okay. So anyway, this whole thing is just me going over it and just saying a couple words. It's not like a super critical pro video. Neither is the other ones I did, because I was just focusing on any harmony arrangements I found interesting. So this is just kind of like a generic Christmas CD. And again, I don't mean it in a bad sense. It's just kind of, hey, we put out a holiday album, pop it in the CD player while you're wrapping gifts and junk. I think I might like their original one better. I really enjoyed the couple of acapellas they did on there, and had some fun pop songs. But yeah, So I appreciate 98 Degrees sticking around, man. We need groups like you who is still doing the harmony thing. And I look forward to you guys doing more stuff. So keep at it. I say never lose track of the interesting harmonies that you guys can piece together. Now I know that now I know groups like this who would like to put out the pop genre won't always have like really intricate stuff, but yeah, don't lose track of that because that's it makes it sound well for me anyway. It makes it sound quality and impressive, you know. But again, decent Christmas album. It'll be sure to be in my collection of listens over the holidays, and it already has been. So yeah, I enjoyed it all right, but it wasn't anything too big, so decent. All right, so that's it. It's just me rambling about it. Maybe some people are interested, maybe not, but whatever. Peace and love, and ice cream cake. God bless. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.